Hello, Miss Melly calling to check up on me. Thank you, honey. No, I'm fine. I run late. That's just the way it is. Sometimes I'm really good and I'm here on right at 2 or 3. And other times I'm 5 minutes to 15 minutes behind. Can't help it. Thank you for being here. Hi, Heidi. Um, and right before I came on, my dog, I noticed before I came on that his back leg was really shaking. Now he has arthritis in his back leg. But he gets, some kind of pill at night and he hasn't had like that shaking in a long time. But every once in a while for like 5 years, he does a weird, almost like a small seizure looking thing, but it never lasts more than, 10 or 15 seconds. I don't know. So he came in here when I came in and his legs were shaking and he just looked weird. So I needed to get him settled down behind me before I came on because he's more important than any of this. Okay, so I'm going to peek at him and then we'll get going. I posted a short very, very late. Very, very late. Hi, Tuggy. Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah. Breathing fast. What's happening? I don't know. I don't know. And there's no good vets up here. So I'll just watch him. And if I have to rush him over to a vet, well, I'll call someone and I'll make that happen. So anyway, hi, I'm Lucinda. For those of you who do not know, I did post a short about some items I'm going to pull today. Tomorrow, I think I'm coming on for an hour, if I come on at all. I've been having a hard time with life. I'm in Northern California. I use PayPal to invoice you, and I use Pirate Ship to ship. I will. How old is he? He's 13. 13. Here's my jot form. He's 13. And he's always done this odd kind of thing, but he never seems to have any lasting effects. But, his hips, he runs in the morning, right? So he could have been running and overtaxed his leg and it's hurting a little, but I can't give him more than the half a pill a day of that medication. And he's overdue for a checkup. So until we can get that arranged, which means my partner has to be up here, I'm not going to just give him more meds. Anyway, so today I'm going to try to stay on for 3 hours. I'm going to try. And I'm up against a whole lot of people that are on. A whole lot. I was like perusing right before I came on and I was like, good gravy. There's like 10 people on. This does not seem... So Thursdays might be the day when I start selling on VAMP, Virtual Antique Marketplace. Yeah, because, Jesus, are you leaving me, Doug? Come back here. Where you going? You gonna go lay down somewhere else? Okay, I'll come check on you in a little while. At least he's not shaking now. His back leg isn't shaking. I think he overtaxed it. Yeah, he's a senior, but he's been doing this weird behavior for 6-7 years. And he's always been passed as very healthy at the vet. So I don't know. And see, now he's standing there. Well, he's laying down. Tug, do you want to come in here and lay down? Or do you need to go away, honey? I don't know what he wants. Okay, I'm going to carry on. Maybe I will. Heidi, hi. If you're still here, Heidi, maybe you went to bed. I don't know. I wouldn't blame you so late in Belgium. Maybe in an hour, I'll try to keep that in my head. I'll go do a quick union break and take him outside and see if that's what he needs. Yeah, he's okay, Melly. If I thought something was like really wrong other than just his hips, which, we have bad bodies, so you know how that is, I would be calling people and getting him to emergency. I mean, he's my family. You know that, Melly. You're still feeling that loss. Okay, so this is because of that. I'm like, everything else is like ready to go, but this, everything. July 30th, Thursday. I have brought a mixture of traditional costume, some, copper, some precious, and some cool and unique, and some basic and some inexpensive. So we're just going to do it. We're just going to do it. Yes, exactly. Because, their legs, it's their hip bones connected to the spine bone, connected to the leg bones. And, and he runs in the morning. Like he used to run in circles around my house and, jump around at lizards in the grass. And so, dogs don't like to show pain. So even though they're in pain, they still go run and jump and, do as much as they possibly can and have a great time doing it. And so I just try to keep an extra eye. And when I see something extra like that happening, that's when I'm like, let me take a second. Yes, my leg trembles walking down or up, Melly. So, yep. Okay. So I hope that the short uploaded, because I did it at the last minute as I was researching and then picked items I wanted to bring that were special for today, not seen before. And if it didn't load before this, it's up now. So if you want to take a look. And then you could request that I show that item today. Okay, let's go. What am I going to do? And like I said, it's a mixed bag. It's always a mixed bag with me. You never know what I'm pulling out of a basket. You never know. So I love these. They do not say 925 anywhere. I legitimately should test them, but I'm not going to. Hip infections, Heidi. Infections? Oh no. Yeah. Oh my God. Millie, see, that's crazy. And Heidi, what? Hip infections? That sounds crazy. Oh my God. I can't even. So I'm going to my channel real quick and just say what? My videos. Yeah, it's up. 4 views. It's up 3 minutes, 27 seconds. You suffer from, you have, so you get infections from rheumatoid arthritis? I didn't know that. Yeah. Oh, yep, that was a different one. And so anyway, I am just going to do a buy it now on these. And I have to tell you, they look sterling silver. I'm sure that they're screw-ons. They're going to be a buy it now. I can't remember if I tested them or not. I've had them for so long. And so we're just going to blow it out. They're clovers with, I'm sure, a faux pearl. I mean, for all I know, it's a real pearl because I don't remember anymore. There's no markings. You see the clover. Look at the see, this is what makes me think And I could sit here and test them right now, but I'm just gonna, I've showed them before, and I may have even showed them as sterling because that's pinging in my brain and they look like it. Look at the long finger prongs. And they have no mark. No marking. So see, now that doesn't mean it's not a plated sterling, or it could just be, a pewter or a pot metal. But see the tarnishing? They're really pretty. No matter what the hell they are, they're really pretty. Whoops. Your mom has it? Yeah, arthritis is inherited. Wow. Yeah. Oh. Good Lord. I don't know. Humans. We have a lot of issues. I'm sorry, Heidi. I can relate. I've had a lot of physical and spiritual heart crisis going on. I'm just taking a cloth real quick and rubbing at these. Sometimes they're japanned, but if this was japanned, it's not japanned in the correct way. And I could go back and test them if anyone wants to, or you can just clean them up yourself and love on them and find out. Yeah, some of the tarnish comes off. Okay. Well, I'm going through grief. It just hits me in waves. So I know that looks, they need to be cleaned. That's the issue. And I did just clean some of it. I think this is really weird right now. The light, it's too much, too little. It's so weird what to do with this light. They need to be cleaned, but they're not. This is making them look really weird. The light, good Lord. Anyway, $10, buy it now. Screw back. There you go. And they're definitely 40s, 50s, maybe even older. Maybe even older, clover, older. See how I mix that? And what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to clean them up more. I'm going to test them, and I'm going to Google image search, because with those long prongs, I actually think they might be like a lot older than what I'm thinking. So, yeah, I haven't, spinal stenosis, which I have, is an arthritis. Tuggy, are you still hanging out over here? You're still hanging out over here? Let's do some earrings. What do you think about that? You still hanging out over here? Did you need something? Don't make me nervous. You're to get my attention? You need more water? No? What do you need? What do you need? I'm going to show 3 pairs of earrings, and then I think I I didn't even know Billy was having procedures. Oh, Billy's here. Hi, Billy. I'm like, what procedure? What's wrong with Billy? Billy, what's wrong with you? Are you okay, Billy? Oh my God. Freaking me out. Stop that. Billy. Billy. Please stay okay. Oh my God, you guys, stop it. I can't. I'm just in grief at the loss of my parents. I don't know. I think I've been numb. Oh, good. Okay. I think I've been numb and just like feeling the not having to caregive for a year and a half and dealing with all the whatever family from my father's son. I can't call him anything else anymore. And somehow something hit me a couple days ago, and I'm just feeling those waves of not having mom and dad. Yeah. So this starts. Yeah. I'm just paying attention to my puppers. These are beautiful. These are freaking beautiful. And I think $30 is a crazy good deal. And I got to tell you, if no one is interested in these cool square oval, let me get closer. Square oval, two-toned, like the burnished and then the straight colored with this. I love the lever back clip in like that. Vintage earrings. They are hollow, so they're really light. They're going to become mine. These are fabulous. Let's see. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. They're about that big. Yeah. Good grief, Lou, or women, lifetime of procedures. Yeah, well, that in and of itself is true. Yep. Yeah. I do that, Heidi. It's complicated. I just waiting. There we go. I came back. That just I'm sure that happened on your end. I just disappeared. So these are 1 inch. And see, I'm shaky today, which is, see that? I noticed that earlier. It's very weird. I may also take a break and get some nuts. It's like I ate a muffin, I ate cottage cheese, and a huge peach. It's like, what's the deal? So, starting bid of 30 on these. Yeah, my father. I could grab that book as well. His like his first really incredible book. Okay, these are also something that I could still wear, and I also am considering keeping all three of these. I mean, I don't need them. That's the deal. I don't need them. I don't need them. I don't need them. I don't need them. These are starting high. And remember, I don't do recaps, but if someone wants me to pull up what I think are some of the better pieces at the end of this, I will. These are not cheap, but that's because these are fabulous. Starting bid of 54. Navajo. I think they're Navajo. Okay. They might just be artisan. Or artisan. Oh, he's drinking a lot of water. Yes, Heidi. I do. But yeah, it's better not. Thank you, y'all. But if I talk about it, I'll cry. I don't want to do that. I mean, I almost didn't come on today because I just was like, this is too much. So here is the top of these. And let's get real. So they just press in and out right here. Oh, there is I think there's a mark. These are sterling silver. Look at that. I believe that's the backside. So they're only half. They're very lightweight because these are only half. They're not full pearls. I think these are Native American. Yeah, Heidi, I understand. I had one of the most dysfunctional childhoods, teenage, young adults. Long story. Uh, but, and a lot of strife. My mother and I never really worked it out, but I was there for her anyway because I love her and she's my mom, and I was there till she was gone. Um, and my dad, because he wanted to stay at home and he was being pressured to have to leave his house and move in with his son. I moved in and allowed him to die at home, and we developed the most wonderful relationship, and resolved all of that stuff that my mother never would even talk about or acknowledge. So I come to find out this is not that time I could do a podcast or write a book on this. But I came to find out that it was my mom who created all this stuff in the family, and all that strife, because she didn't know how to emotionally deal with it, not my father. And so it was a huge blessing. It was a huge blessing that my father's son did not get. So look at these. These are incredible. And I know when I do this, you really, let me try to do it like this. You still really can't see. I do have earring 54, Deborah. These are, God. And like I say, I don't see a marking. They are 925. I'm assuming they're native based on the design and the style. I know they're very old. But, you know, that's all I got. So Deborah's in at 54. Heidi. Yeah. We could have long talks about all of that. It's weird. And I slept like a log last night. I mean, normally I wake up every 3 hours, sometimes for an hour and a half. And last night I was just like, boom, out. I don't know what was up with that. It was weird. So these are 1.25 inches wide to 1.5, about 1.25 hold steady, wide, and long 1.5. 1.5. Yep. I love these. And they're lightweight. They're lightweight. Probably about, I could guess. Do you want the grams, Deborah? Do you care? Yeah, we're talking about parental units. Yep. Not a good idea. I seriously could write a book that would traumatize anyone who read it. There you go, Deborah. Right. I seriously, if someone would help me write a book, it would be like therapy, and it would just blow people's mind. You'd be like, all of that, you lived through all of that, and you're like functional, and you enjoy life and laugh. How do you do that, girl? So nobody else is coming in higher than 54. So I put in fair warning and last call. Oh, sorry, Heidi. It's okay, honey. I love you. Thank you for doing that. So I've waited a while. So we're going to say, so Deborah, these are awesome. I seriously was like, am I selling these? Why am I doing that? Thank you, Deborah. They are, dang. Yeah, they are everything. Deborah. And where did my puppy go? I don't know. After I do a few more items, I'm going to get up, get me some nuts, and check on pop-ups. Thank you. Choo choo hoops. Okay. Now, Deborah, don't you have a bag, Deborah? Everyone usually, yep, you do. Everyone usually has a bag. That's why I'm like, I know Deborah has a bag. Don't be. And apparently, we have lots of bags. We have lots of baggage. I think I swear to God, I only know a handful of people who have as much baggage as me. But you just you figure it out. You figure it out, and I've learned to witness and just let it flow through. Have the feelings as they come and let it go. Yep. Okay, these are the last one. These are gorgeous. Backpack. Oh, nice, Heidi. I only have one dog and the one feral cat that I adopted, who is Maggie, who is about 4.5, maybe 5.5. Things get really smushy when you're gone for so long. Gone for so long. What am I trying to say? Gone for so long caregiving, and you're not with your animals. My animals, for like about 2 years, were living with my partner. I never saw them because they couldn't hang at my dad's house. So yeah, these are drop Navajo, pearl, and turquoise. God, if I could spell. Turquoise earrings, sterling silver. These are really old. Yeah, Maggie. She is she has gotten more mellow, but she's like, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, and that's it. Don't mess with me. And so I've learned that, like, she likes to be petted only right here. Don't touch anywhere else. She finally snuggles with me just a little, but man, I mean, I think she had some brain damage from being abandoned. Look at these. These are lovely. These are very old. I cleaned them yesterday when I was researching, because someone had used like silver cream or something on them, and it had that orange stuff, but they were still very tarnished. And I was like, I don't think so. Even the wire, that's a sterling silver wire. And here is the other one. She is sassy. She's sassy. He's mellow. And I just try to stay in my lane. So like I said, I could be putting these on my earring holder, but I want to get through a lot of items, and yeah, pain in the butt. So there you go. And how long are they? I just use a polishing cloth, Heidi. They are in between 1.5 and 1 3/4 inches long. So what is that? 5/8, something like that. Yep, I'm just their staff. These are, yeah, these are really special. That's why they're 50, just like the other ones. They're very lightweight, but these are old. I mean, when I say that, I honestly, I'm just learning more and more, but I did deal and have dealt in native cuffs and copper and sterling cuffs when eBay first started. And I can look at these, and I don't think I'm wrong, and tell by the construction, these are much older than the 70s. I cannot say more than that. Like, do they go back to Harvey House? Are they just 50s? Are they? I don't know. I wish they were signed, but there you go. Thank you for looking. Right, Deborah? I know. Me too. But, hey, and the square ones are still here as well. And they were a starting bid. They were the cheapest at 30. But like I said, I might keep them. Or I'll take them over to my other platform. So I'm going to do 2 more items. I'm moving a little fast today. I know. Heidi, if you would remind me after 2 items, I need to go get some protein, some nuts to chew on, even though I'm going to be talking and moving fast. And just look at the dog and make sure he's done doing that thing. Okay? Thank you. Or whoever, someone just tell me, hey, you. Hey, you. Oh, my God. Okay. This is going to be a buy it now. Thank you. It's going to be a buy it now. Man, your brain just gets so foggy. I will in a minute. When you're grieving, and I honestly, that's all I can think of that it is. I'm pretty sure this is a polished brass with copper accent cuff, but it's really cool. I ate a muffin. I ate, a 1/4 cup of cottage cheese with a huge peach. I drank water. Maybe I had too much coffee. I don't know. It's probably also just related to grief. So, isn't this pretty? It's just you can see like that piece of copper that's raised is a little offset, but it is soldered on. This cannot be gold. I haven't tested it. There's no way. It is, how thick is it? Or wide, excuse me. It's almost 1.5 inches wide. That needs polishing. Here's the inside. See the lines? And it's beautiful. Costco Wild Roots. Coastal berry is so delicious. What are we talking about? In terms of eating nuts? Oh, it's a mixture. I see. I'm like, what? Almonds, cashews, dried cranberries, yogurt. Yes, Deborah. That sounds great. I actually make my own mix for when I eat dessert. I make nuts and pretzels and kind of like a Chex mix that's covered with chickpea protein powder. And then I add some organic chocolate M&M things so that I'm eating healthy. Okay. This. Hold on. It doesn't help that I'm putting it up too high. There you go. And now that you said Costco Wild Roots, Coastal Berry, I shop at Costco, so I will be looking for that. So here it is on. I'm a 7.25. We all know that. It's open about 1.5 inches, but you could open it another 1/2 inch and get it up to a 7.5. Or you could close it down, warm it up and close it down and get it down to about a 7. But it's very Power Rangers. Power Rangers. $15. I think that's a good price. It is, and it's smooth. I mean, it's, when I say artist done, it was, but you can see how they took time to burnish it and smooth it, and all the edges are perfect. They were probably had a small business, because it's really, really well done. And the material cost more than $15 to make this, I'm sure. Yeah, you're nutty as it is. Yeah, I can relate to that problem. Yep. I always think of Power Rangers because my daughter was really into Power Rangers. This is going to go to my vamp store. One more item, and then I'm going to get nuts and check on the DOG. Check on the DOG. I am going to bring a few things that I have shown in the past, just in case there's somebody here who's never seen it. This was mine for years. This is such... this one drives me nuts. Yep, glass. Ugh. Glass and acrylic. Okay, it's a mixture. This was mine, and I wore it all the time during my punk rock days. She-Rock. Yeah, that's a good one. Starting bid of $20. It is a mix. Whoa! I just clicked something on my computer. A mix of glass and lucite dangle pendant, etc. in L. And I could just say that out loud and not even type it. And it starts at 20. Starts at 20. I love this piece. It's a unusual piece of costume. I wish I knew who the maker was. I don't. So here's the bottom. This is an acrylic, or excuse me, a lucite. And no, my black light is still in that box. I did call 2 people to get an assistant to start helping me do a lot of things. I did. These are glass. These are glass cubes with these little... they're seed beads. However, they're on... So there's 3, and they're on a... Excuse me. Double coated enamel, which has never worn off in all the time I've owned it. Black chain. Which, and look at the connection. This was so well made, and that it's old. There's bubbles in here. It's old. It's a lot older than the 80s. I have no idea. This is glass and smooth glass beads. Then it goes along glass up to the jump ring. It's really, really well made, and it's totally impressive. It's pretty much, it's not flapper. Hello, Angelica. It's not flapper, but it's like, let me move this out of here. Starts at 20. It's I don't know. If you like costume, this is a really cool piece. So it's hanging right here is 20. And it's got about another 5 inches. It's about 25 inches long. I love it. You couldn't double it. And it's not medium heavy, but not light. But I could wear this all day long. I could wear it all day long. It's gorgeous. And if you can find, this was probably mass produced, but I think in the 60s, possibly even the 50s. Yeah. I've had it forever. So look at this, y'all, before I take my quick little break. These little kind of cat's eye pink marble on the end of these long gold tone earring wires is one of my all-time favorite pair of earrings that I've ever owned in my entire life. And I bought them from a reseller probably 5 years ago for, I don't know, like $7. And I love them. So like this represents me really well. Yeah, this is, think about it. It's here. Started at 20. And I'm actually going to put a note in there about that. And if I take this over to Vamp, I'm going to watch the onboard. I'm only going to be on an hour tomorrow, and maybe not even that. If I take this over to Vamp, there's a young crowd, and stuff like this is selling like hotcakes. So, and they're willing to pay up for vintage jewelry right now. So I'm really excited that I was watching Misty, who I've been watching since the coronavirus, and got to know, I used to buy from her, hang out there all the time. Misty Pate, Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter. And she asked me why I didn't apply to Vamp. And I was like, I don't know, because I need to do something else. So I did. And it took her a while because she's overwhelmed. It's her platform. And she approved me immediately once she was able to, get there. It took like 3 weeks, and then boom, all I have to do is watch the onboarding and I'm in. And yes, I'll pay a fee, but they do everything for you except the actual shipping. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool. All right. So I need to check on Doggy and get some nuts for me, myself, and I. So I'm going to leave you with this item. And I can't do like a starting at $1 like so many resellers do. I don't have enough people here. Go nuts, Heidi. But what I can do is this is like a giveaway. We're doing kind of a giveaway here, people. This is going to be a starting bid in increments of $1 after the starting bid. Okay. Until I come back. So, like on other people's channels, you have to start at 15, but then you can go 16, 17, unless nobody's interested, and then I won't get any bids. And then, this is that thing that happens. It's not high enough. I don't have. It's still not high enough. Okay, 2 boxes. 2 boxes. 2 boxes. So they are 2 sterling silver necklaces. This one has it's onyx or obsidian with a heart caged back on this bail, and this one is just a thin 16-inch chain. Actually, yeah, that one. Actually, this one's 18. And this is a 16-inch. Let me take it off and look at it before I wander off. Billy, I hope you're doing okay, honey. This one is beautiful. Tiny little circles, really delicate sterling silver chain. And it says, she persisted, nevertheless. On the little tags, let me show you. They are sterling silver. I have a kind of something totally different costume that was like, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. So, and that one is shorter. That's not even 16 inches. I think it's probably a 15-inch chain, which sounds crazy, but there you go. So if anyone wants to bid 15 or higher, it's basically a giveaway if you bid at 15 and no one else bids. And I will be back in a couple minutes. I just have to check a dog and get nuts. Sorry, I don't usually do this, but you know, it's important. Okay. Are you okay? You have to go outside? You want to go outside? Are you over? Over top? Over top? What's going on? Is it fun? What do you mean? Do you need anything? Okay. Are you okay? Okay. 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 I'm back. Sorry. Once again, I'm sorry. I think I've only ever done that once. Seriously. Once in my life. on sales. Well, no, that's not true. Back when I was caregiving for my dad, there were a couple times I had to take a phone call from a doctor or, get up and go check on him. So, but nonetheless, I don't like doing that. I power through and then I go to bed. All right, so let me see what's happening. What's happening? Deborah said 15. So that was quite a while and no one else bid. Does anyone want to bid higher than Deborah? I'm going to give fair warning. Thank you, Deborah. And thank you guys for staying here. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. I promise I'm okay. I'm just grieving. So when you grieve, it's like fibromyalgia, where your brain is just not connected quite right. And my dog, he's fine now. He's lying down and he ate some treats. So, and he's in here. Did you hear him sneeze? When he goes, achoo, like that, it's for attention. It's his way of talking, going, achoo. It's become a term of endearment. So, Deborah, Miss Darby, Deborah Darby. Which one or ones did you want, honey? I saw you for a brief moment over at Vintage Jewelry Galore, and that lady, I watch her occasionally, and she was having a blowout, and I was like, oh my God, I wish I had more money because I want to go back and watch that. There's so many pieces. I was like, that's crazy. I could double my money on that piece. Black Heart. Oh, the Black Heart is gorgeous. The other one, she persisted nevertheless. I should either keep that for myself or gift it to someone who's going through a hard time. Is that, yeah, Anna. Well, you were just there though, right? I'm not crazy, am I? This one. I love this. And it articulates. Good choice. Good choice. I really like this. And bonus, great price. But that's honestly, I try to give bonuses and y'all were just sitting around waiting on me. Yeah. That's not the person you mod for. Who is it that you mod for that I randomly discovered? I got pecans. I randomly discovered their channel, but I really like them. They're just on early in the morning. I can't, because they start Eastern time. And so for me, I'm not even awake when they start selling. Okay, let me scooch this over. I do have a giveaway today. So if I can get to 18 thumbs up, and if someone can see that, there you go. Denim to diamonds. Yeah. No, but you assist. And that's huge. Heidi doesn't type in whatever, but Heidi does so much. So it's all important. Oh, yeah. Do that, Melly. That's always a good idea. So, cons. Hitting the spot. Okay. I'm going to offer up one of these. Which one? This one. And then I'll pull a couple pieces from the short. Starting bid of This is cool. This is cool. My nail ripped and I did not. I have this one nail is for crap. And doing this is like the worst thing ever, but I do not want to get up again. Oh, God. There you go. Don't look at my nails. Okay. This is a sterling silver. This is a double-decker bus. Sterling silver charm for a charm bracelet. It's hollow underneath. And guess what it does? Can you tell? It opens. How do you open it? Like that. It opens up. And there's all the peoples. You know the thing, does anyone remember? Here's the church. Wait a minute. Here's the church. No, that can't be right. Here's the church. Here's the steeple. No, that's not right. Here's the church. Here's the steeple. Open it up, and there's all the people. Something like that. I don't know. Does anyone remember doing that? I'm not doing it right. We did it on the schoolyard. Oh, Lord, I can't. That person needs to talk to me, but I can't talk to them. So look at all the little people when you open up the bus. And that is it looks very deco. This is an old, from probably London, right? And there's little people in here. There's the bus driver. And so it just hangs like that. So cute. You remember? But I'm doing it wrong. You have to be like this at the end, but it would seem to me that a steeple would be like that. So I don't know what's happening. So steeple, church. Why is a church flat? I don't know. I digress. I know Ray, this person who's calling me, just wants to deliver something he forgot. It is almost an inch long, like just a fraction. It goes all the way to here. So, you might as well just call it an inch, right? These old charms are fabulous. And it's a 1/4 inch wide. And it opens. So, 25. Keep one finger up. Oh, that's it. Here's the steeple, right? Here's the steeple, or here's the steeple, whatever it is. And then you just go down. Here's the church. Open it up, and there's all the people. Do kids even do that? The index. Do people even do that anymore? I mean, talk about being old, right? Okay. So that started at 25. I will take 23 right now if someone wants it. I will take 23. And that was probably 25. 2025 was even 30 was probably the original cost of this. So, and it reminds me, see the lines? The flow is very deco. And I've never seen a bus that opens up before. So, yep. Let me know. And remember, do let me know. I like these pecans. Thank you, Heidi. Do let me know. I'm going to text this guy back. Do let me know if there's a piece that I gotta text him. Good Lord. Hi, Ray. I'm busy in a live sale, but you could bring it by and just drop it off outside by the workshop door. Sorry, I haven't been able to call you back. Okay. Enough of that. Do let me know if there's a piece you saw that you're interested in seeing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And then I'm going to, after this piece, I'm going to do some costume. This is starting bid of 30. It's actually, you know what it's going to be? It's going to be a buy it now of 30. And it is most likely onyx. It is vintage alpaca panel bracelet. So, you know, alpaca is not sterling silver, but it does have, to my understanding, some silver in it, but it's mixed with so many other metal alloys that, you know, it's not sterling silver. But oh, Heidi, we'll get there, honey. So right now we'll get there. Yeah. We'll do it. So the price is to the side. So despite this being alpaca and not sterling silver, these are like, this is probably 1960s, could be as early as the 50s. And these are very desirable. People collect these because of the whole Mexican art movement. This is a being blown out by the light, blinded by the light, wrapped up like a deuce. That is the, typical warrior Mayan face. This is a really nice wire work. Doesn't this remind you of Navajo pearls? Mm-hmm. So you can see the crossover between the natives, right? And then look at the hinge. Look at that hinge right there. That is some good work. It is 4 panels. Look at I'm serious. That is so good. And then it's a smaller size because of this. And of course, they say sterling and then alpaca, Mexico. So, maybe it's lightly coated in a sterling, but in general, and I did not test it, because in general, if it says alpaca, it's not sterling. And these keep looking like they have dents in them from my light. They do not. And I'm going to double check that as I say that. Actually, interestingly enough, every single one has a dent in it in the middle. So that is a design feature. I don't think someone slammed it. See right there? Yeah, I don't know. So now this is not going to fit me. Or will it? Oh, no, yes, it will. It's only 4 panels. It is a hinge closure. Wow. And it fits me. I didn't know that because I collect these. I bought Melly. No. Oh, Melly. Melly bought it. Melly. It's a good piece. Now, listen. Melly, congratulations. I'm not even paying attention. Melly, I'm pulling a Melly. That's what I'm going to call it. Pulling a Melly. Melly, Went in for 30, and it was a buy it now. Thank you, Melly. Yeah. So that is what, thank you, Deborah. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, if you have really sensitive allergies to any kind of metals where you can't wear things in your ears or whatever, then yeah, I would not wear it. Absolutely not. I've never had that problem. Yeah, it is a great buy, but I got it at a good price. So, and I want to be generous. Melly, goodbye, good eye. Melly knows if Melly's buying it, there's a reason. No, I know, Melly. I thought the same thing. It is very strange to see sterling and alpaca. So that's why I was like, maybe it's coated in sterling. It just, I don't know. And I didn't test it. I bought it from someone and I was like, so be it. That's what they're saying. Melly, do you have a bag? Melly? Melly usually has a bag. That doesn't mean that you do. Hold on. You can always just put it in a whole different deal, but it's easier to keep going with what's already here than to combine later. But I don't think Melly actually has a bag. Yeah, I actually don't think you do. No, because you have been being very well behaved. They are usually smaller. It goes around my 7 1/4. I was really surprised by that because it's only 4 panels. So, but it's tight. It just goes around. It's tight. So, comfortable on a 7, 6.75, 6.5 down to here. But yeah, it'll be a little big on you, sweetheart. But I think you could resell it for more than 30 or put it in your dang collection, because these, believe it or not, there's a lot out there, but they are getting harder and harder to find. So, right, because you just liked gold. Yep, Melly, you are correct. Okay, so I did that. So, how do people feel about, let's do a piece of costume. These are, I like them, but you either do or you don't. There you go, Melly. That's going to be a buy it now. Sorry, I'm chewing. These are really interesting. There is nowhere. They are silver and gold on a base of white colors. They are clip-ons. And I think they're really cool. I'll show you the back. I'm assuming these were a hobbyist piece, like a hobbyist as in they had a business. Oh, and I can fix this jump ring before I send it to you. I didn't notice that. My apologies. I can fix that with my needle nose jewelry pliers in a heartbeat. But look at these. They're very interesting. And I really think, this just reminds me of the street vendors in the 70s in Berkeley. And it's silver and gold, silver and gold. And they're very light. Which is very surprising, considering they're ceramic. They cannot be porcelain. But They're not heavy. Now, very artsy, Heidi. Now, you can tell they're older. You can tell they're hobbyists because, yeah, they used a glue that got into, number one, it discolored over the years. I'm thinking these are 70s. Number two, I think it just yellowed from age, and I think some of the gold, it made it turn orange right there. Now, if you really wanted to, but it would be hard because of this painting, you could soak that off and start all over again. I wouldn't. Oh, it has this horrible, that's another thing. It had that comfort clip things on, which are very old. So these are old. And I can get that off for you. But look at these. And I'm not going to spend too much time. But the way they painted it, there's actually like an edging in some places. Fancy smancy. And they're not super heavy. I could wear these, for an evening out to dinner. Yep, I could. And you're not going to find another pair like it. $6. And you don't see the glue. So, if you hate glue, you hate glue. But you don't see the glue when it's on your ear. And this comfort clip thing was actually like a press-on. So, oh, look at that. I was going to say I could take it off with goobing on. Well, I just took it off entirely. So there you go. And how long are they? And then we will move on. How long are they? 3 inches. 3 inches long and 1 inch wide. So you want some fun. You want to be like the only person who, has these earrings on New Year's or at the beach. There you go. Boom. Cha-cha-cha. I think someone did a splendid job on these. Okay, they're going over here carefully. Thank you for looking. Thank you for being here. And again, if anyone has come in because they saw my short and there's something in there that you really want to see, speak up. Now, question. Let me do this pair first. Question. Do people want me to sell the jasper, the like wood / desert / pictorial jasper with 2 stretch bracelets, earrings, and the necklace as a set or individually? I think the earrings and the necklace should go together, but the stretch bracelets could be separate. Or I could do the whole thing. If you have an opinion, and if you're interested in it, let me know. That comment came out all wrong. I don't know what was going on with that. So, and hi, lurkers, don't be afraid to speak up and tell me. I am not going to bite your head off. I'd love it if you said hello. Now, my computer always takes a minute to focus clearly. It drives me nuts. There you go. See? So these are green. I don't have my dang black light. They likely glow, but I can't be positive. And then the brown rustic orange rhinestones are a little bit of a color changing. Not quite, oh, I forgot the word. God bless. The word has gone out of my head. But you see in the middle there, it's not just the light, but see, they get more brown and more orange on one part. So that shifts and that moves. And they're just a simple flower or fleur-de-lis with this bottom piece and then the 4 green stones. The prong setting is done really well. They are dimensional. And $6 is, a steal. Oh, okay, Heidi, that sucks. I hate that. But I don't believe they're a high-end designer. I believe these were, like a copy repro, probably from, like your Cresses, your Woolworths, that kind of thing. But, they did rivet the back. And the puddling, so to speak, the back metal is done really well. Now, Melly. Oh, good, Heidi. Is it okay now? Melly, you do not need these. You have like a bazillion of them. But look how nice. I mean, they go all the way. I have to move them over because of my pink cat's eye. But they go all the way up to, I always forget the name of this dang thing. And the clips are strong and mighty. Ducky, is it? Okay. Hi, Ducky. Really? And YouTube, see, I'm really hoping that Vamp, the district platform, does not have these issues. I'm sick of it. YouTube, keeps saying that they're bumping up. So they're about 1.25 inches. YouTube keeps claiming, just like all these other, Facebook, on and on and on, with all this new AI and the bots and that they're making it more user friendly and better for all of us. But it's actually, as far as I'm concerned, worse. I don't need an AI bot in the chat when someone says, "What size are those?" And it hides the message because, someone said size. Oh, it's like, how ridiculous is that? Oh, no. Well, but Heidi, I see you. Heidi. So say something else to me, Heidi. Talk to me, Seymour. See, this is how I get out of like this crazy grieving funk I'm in. I just start getting really silly. Talk to me, Seymour. Talk to me, Heidi. I want to see if your message comes through. Heidi. Say hello, Heidi. Say hello, hello. No? Okay. No. I don't know. So I've had these for so long, and these are alpaca, and these are so damn beautiful, and they're pierced earrings, and I don't understand it. Polo. Heidi, Marco, Polo. Yeah, just ignore it, Heidi. I mean, YouTube, like I said, it's become a problem. So these are going to be a buy it now, and I'm losing money. Hey, Melly. I am losing money on these, but if they don't sell at this buy it now price, then the young people over on Vamp will take them. I swear to God, I can't anymore. These are gorgeous. I can't anymore. Now, I'm putting turquoise, but when I first did my research, on these. I was told that it was crushed blue sapphire. So, but I'm just going to say that it's crushed turquoise to keep life simple. However, to me, jury's out. It's also got mother of pearl. So look. These are alpaca. I paid more than that. But, you know, and I don't understand why nobody loves these. You see this blue? Could absolutely be a thin amount of crushed turquoise. Totally looks like that. But I also got a hit on a pair similar to this telling me it was something else when I first got them. And then surrounding it is abalone. It does have a lot of different color. It's just not showing up so well in the moment. See, there's the pinks and the greens. And then the beautiful, like almost mandala star in the middle of mother of pearl. They are button. They are large. They're about an inch around, a little bit more than an inch. And they are hammered on the back. And I can take one off. Billy, I'm glad you're saying LOL. That means you're not feeling too badly. I'm thinking there's several procedures coming up that I'm going to need to do. I'm having my physical in a couple weeks. Alpaca, Mexico, and it's so worn. I'm pretty sure these are 1960s. So they're not sterling, but they're beautiful. I mean, they're beautiful. 14. Yeah, thank you, Heidi. I will. They're not coming back. I've shown them way too many times, more than I can count. So I don't tend to do recaps. I may hold up a few pieces at the end of today, or I may just do a recap tomorrow of items, just real quick, because I'm only going to be on for an hour. But these are not coming back. So if someone wants them, $14, grab them, because I am, they're really lightweight also. So I am. Starting next week, I'll only be on, crossing my fingers, that's my belief, I'll only be on YouTube twice a week, because one day a week I'm going to be on Vamp, and I'm going to be taking some time off next week or the week after to update my eBay store as well. So, yeah, a girl has got to make a living, and we are saturated with jewelry resellers over here in YouTube land. So, nobody had a determination about the Jasper? Y'all. Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to separate it out because nobody's giving me feedback. So, it's brand new. It's beautiful. I mean, the stones aren't new. They're probably hundreds of thousands of years old. I'm just going to call it wood or desert. It is earthy. It is beautiful. It is so beautiful. And it is so beautiful. So it's a full set with 2 bracelets, the earrings, and a necklace. But nobody gave me feedback on whether to sell it all as a set. That looks like a tree, doesn't it? or to do it separately. So I decided the bracelets would be separate. And this is so smooth. So smooth. And I got to tell you, we already talked about it. What did we talk about, Melly? Nobody answered me. Did someone answer me and give me an opinion? Because I don't recall seeing that. Like that someone said sell it as a set or, No, there's so many types of jasper out there. Look at this. I mean, this is the desert, right? Oh, you wanted to do it as a set, Melly? Okay, well, if you're interested, we can roll it. Or if someone's interested above and beyond Melly, we can roll it. There is desert in California, but it's not that pretty. But the minute you get through the Black Desert at the bottom of Arizona and you start traveling through New Mexico and all of that, the desert is actually stunning and incredibly beautiful. And all the pictographs and all that, oh my gosh. Oh, yes. No, they can, I'll show you the rest of it. So this, was, I thought, a really good choice. $15 starting bid, your choice. And they're just smooth as butter. And it's just that earth tone, right? So it's that one. And they're brand new because the stretch is in no way worn out. And it's heavy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, me coming on live last week, I've been talking about it, you and me, and I've also been talking about it here. But it's becoming definitive. After this sale, I'm going to watch the onboarding video so that I can get going. I just love the pieces in this one. So, and you really want to just slowly kind of push this up over your arm to keep that stretch tight, but it's tight. Look at that. It's tight. This is really would be better on a little bit smaller wrist, but it's not going anywhere. Okay. So no one's interested in either one of these at standalone price of $15. That surprises me just because it's so beautiful. Okay. Okay. So now, Melly, I'm going to do the necklace and the earrings together. And then you or whomsoever, where'd the other earring go? I swear, yeah, it was on a card. This is heavy. This jasper necklace is heavy. Oh, what is going on? Okay. That's just bizarre. What? Hold on. That doesn't make any sense. You know what? So I bought this from a good friend of mine that I've sold with, and I thought there was something odd going on up top. This is a single piece. I'll have to look through her box again, but I think I already got rid of it. Okay, so that's weird. I'll get in touch with her about that. Okay, yes. All right, so starting bid on the necklace and the earrings, and it is heavy. The necklace is okay. And that's so weird, that single earring. I'm gonna write to her and ask her if she sent 2 and look through her box. I love this. This one, it's just on a rod, so it kinked over a little. Let me look at it when I do that. I have made a lot of jewelry on a rod with beads, and when you pack it or something, see, I fixed it. Look at this bottom piece. It's almost a blue black, kind of like that horse hair. And they're going to be heavy. Karen, hi, sissy. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we'll get there. I just really want to talk to you because I love you and I miss you. That's my sissy, Karen Chasing Vintage. She's such a sweetheart. She's been there with me through a whole lot and vice versa, I hope. So these are, let me give you an exact length. Oh, girl. I got approved to sell on Vamp. They're a little over 1.5 inches long. No, I'm about to show it now, Millie. Yeah. Karen, I just have to watch onboarding and I'm going to start selling on Vamp. I know it's a fee, but I've got so much and there's so much competition. So then I'll just be on YouTube twice a week. Yeah, it is. So that is correct. That's the problem. It's also like picture. So in my description in that short that I uploaded, I said wood/picture/ because exactly, right? And I forgot to bring, I'll go get the heart because I was gifted this pictorial jasper heart. And I have a hookup to be able to get people that stuff fairly inexpensively and other mineral and gemstones. You know, the selenite tower that my jewelry was hanging on in the short? Look at this piece. Also came from this person, and it was such a reasonable price, and I'm just getting a light changing base, dim with a remote control from Amazon. This is like an egg. Yeah, see this? Gorgeous. It's on a toggle. And it's going to be my nightlight upstairs instead of those plastic flicker fake candles. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sub to Karen. And she resells with other people. And we used to sell together when Karen very first started. I think maybe you sold with me either very first or second time ever. And we used to sell together. So this, it is 15 inches long. 15 inches long. Really? I think I'll do pretty well because it's just jewelry. And obviously I have to work and build my audience and hang out in the chat rooms and, all of that. However, I mean, I've done that on YouTube and I can hang out. So this started at $69 for the necklace and earrings. It's really, really nice. And I'm going to have to build the chat, but for instance, jewelry, I think. Even Misty said that we communicated, and there's not quite as many jewelry resellers over there. She wooed me into coming on. So I need to spend time in the chat room. And I know several people who are on there just as you do. So I'll network and get pumped up that way. So if you wanted the necklace, these two earrings, because this is a single earring, and this one is not the same type. And I don't know what it's doing there. I don't have the other one. I need to ask her, and maybe I'll turn it into a pendant. And these, both of these, you wanted the whole lot together, would be $100 for all of it. Okay, so there you go. And for instance, on Vamp, this is brand new, so I couldn't sell it. But if I could, the young crowd is buying the big, heavy, chunky stuff, you know. Now, do what? Oh, because Ducky. Oh my God. See, that kind of thing. It never occurred to me. It never, because, you know, I'm like older and I'm just, yeah. Vamp. Yes. Jewelry might do better on Vamp. Virtual Antique Marketplace, Melly. Exactly. So the whole set, 2 bracelets, earrings, and necklace would be a starting bid, which we all know how that works out. Yes. Why 31? So the whole set would be a starting bid of 100. Why 31? I don't know. I mean, I get 60, 69. Ooh. But yeah, I don't get the rest of it. What is wrong with that number? I don't know. So yeah, I can't sell new jewelry because it has to be, you have to promise at least 20 years old. But you know, Lauren watched the replay. Good deal. Who's a Lauren? What? Millie, what are you saying? Are you talk to texting and meaning you might? I never know. Okay, Millie, pay attention. I'm gonna bring this up. Taglio and Elizabeth and Napoleon. There's the long info. Okay. Here's the long info. So it's back over here now. Starts at 87. And here's what I want to tell you. There are other intaglio charm bracelets out there. Intaglio means melted, molded, swirled glass with impressions in it. Very heavily done in the 60s. I could only find it. I couldn't find anything like this one. I could find some intaglio necklace pendants, and I found one other something, but not this one. And the average price for ones that I didn't think was as nice as this is $70. Look at that. That's Napoleon. That's not Elizabeth. At least I don't think so. This is the back. Look at those colors. So, and even those lines, this is meant to mimic, you know, an amber or a tiger's eye, that kind of thing. And then it has a faux Queen Elizabeth II Regina. Regina, that's how you say it. Coin. There's the back. And then, again, this is a gray and white swirled Napoleon on this really nice double link charm bracelet. Here is a faux Napoleon coin. Emperor Napoleon. Look at that. I don't know. What is that? It looks like a Griffith or a... Yeah, it is. It's a woman? Oh, well, I was told it was Napoleon, but I'll go with a woman. Maybe it's Elizabeth. That is a Griffith. Griffith. I can't, you know. Yep, there you go. So you're saying that this is a woman? See, I see this. Look. See the helmet and the hair and wears. Oh, but Napoleon doesn't look like that. Ah, so then it must be Queen Elizabeth. I get it. And here's the back of that one. This is not sterling silver, but it's really nice. And that, yeah, see, it's almost like that's a snake coming off the helmet, and there's something, and see back here, a snake. Does anyone else see that? I see that. But I see what you mean about it looking like a Roman woman, but I think it's a gentleman. But she does have long hair, so you know what? I don't know, man. But this is beautiful. This is the centerpiece. Now so that looks like Queen Elizabeth. I could see that. But heck if I know. I don't know what's going on. I see what you mean, Millie. Here's the back of this piece. And they're really, this has been well taken care of. There isn't like all kinds of scrapes and scruffs and whatnot. And there's Napoleon again. And it is, hi, Ivy. Hi, Noelle. Yeah. Yep. I would agree with all that. And like I say, I can't find this. I can find necklace pendants, not even the actual chain, but not this. So it started at 87. It's from the 60s. And it would not fit my arm, okay? I'm holding it. It is too small for me. This is probably 6.75, and based on that, I would want to wear it as a size 6. And you could wear it that way, just showing the back of the molded, melted, blown glass, or in the front. And like I said, 6.75, but you could take it down to a 6.5. And it's got this great double link chain. This is beautiful. These intaglio pieces are actually kind of hard to find. I did a whole dive on this for about 45 minutes before I came on. And the necklaces, pendants, There's some of those out there, but the bracelets, no, they're not. And so there you go. Thank you, Ivy. That's a very nice thing. Ivy. Ivy. Betty Boop, too. Thank you, Ivy. Thank you. Yeah. So I know 87. I know, but do your research. Try to find it. And, and then see if you can. Let me know. And, yeah. And then get back to me. You can email me because this is vintage. This will wind up on Vamp. I might bring it one more time. I might not. Okay. Again, if anyone wants to see something from the short I uploaded right before, let me know. Now, and I know I'm eating, but that's because I was like shaky. And I don't know why, but sorry. Oh, wait, Melly. Melly, you're in? I figured you were like, I have bought way too much and I'm not dealing with this. Oh, what a great picture, Melly. Look at that ring. Bid 87. If any of you have not, thank you, Heidi. If any of you have not gone to one of Melly's sales, she's on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, I think. I think that's right. Melly, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's 2 Eastern time on Sunday. Anyway, it's like going to Melly's museum. And I'm serious. This lady has, Melly is a good friend of mine, and the stuff that she has, jewelry, is just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I feel like I'm wandering through an antique museum. Sold to Melly. Yeah, I figured, I was like, well, Melly wasn't interested, so it's either overpriced or, I know you and me just bought all those lots, so I was like, I totally get it. Wow, Melly. I'm happy you're getting that because when I picked it up out of my new inventory, I was like, I think this is a piece that Melly would like. But Melly's bought a lot, so who knows? And it was about to go on Vamp. So good for you. Where did I put it? Melly. Here it is. Melly, don't you know what I'm doing over here without you seeing? Thank you, Melly. Oh, you got to go start dinner, honey? Did you manage to slice into steaks? I don't even know how you do that. I need to talk to you about that one day. Like you just buy, this is your bag. You buy the big piece and then just unfreeze and cut it into pieces and cook them all at once? Or, I mean, how do you, so send me a text because that would definitely save money, but I don't get how unless you're going to do them all at once because you don't unfreeze, refreeze, unfreeze, refreeze, unfreeze, refreeze. So brain is confused. You emailed with Carrie. She's sending me an agreement for consignment. Oh, wow. That's fantastic. I don't even know who Kari is, but send me the deets when you get there. You're not talking about more of Yippie's stuff, are you? Are you talking about Yippie's cousin? Melly? So anyway, just text me the details. Different whole cuts of meat have different ways they need to be cut. So with the tenderloin, yes, they're cutting the steaks and the parts around it that aren't. Yeah. Yeah. But do you cook the steaks like all at once? So the inquiring minds, you can tell me later. I'm just curious if I bought, the whole piece at, say, Costco, because that's where you save money. Well, I guess I would just cut them immediately and then seal a meal. Never mind. I'm not that stupid. I figured it out. Takes my brain a little while, but I got there. Oh my good Lord. Okay, let's just do a piece of costume. How's that? Yeah, the big standing rib roast. Yes. Yeah, see, I really, I'm with you, Melly. It is very much time. I'm worried about this piece. I'm not going to sell this piece. I think so. Oh, reseller. Okay. Yes. Okay. It's really way past time to be buying huge cuts of beef and other things and doing your own butchering. People used to always do that because of our economy. So here's the thing. I really like this little lady, right? It's a brooch. And I bought it with some other things from a reseller that I really don't buy from anymore. But I think it's Temu. Everything about this piece is screaming Temu repop. So I don't do Temu. I don't sell Temu. I don't, it makes me upset. So if someone is interested in this lady as a brooch, $2. Yeah. There you go. Exactly, Melly. I buy my meat from Costco and cut it into pieces and seal a meal. Same deal. I just haven't gotten that far with the beef. I eat less beef than chicken and fish, but nonetheless. So if someone's interested, $2. It's a Temu. I just want to be clear on that. And I bought, I think, like 4 brooches from this person. And I guess to them, like a brooch is a brooch is a brooch. But to me, a Temu brooch is a no. So there you go. Fact of the matter is, how about this? Would anyone who has a open bag with me like that for free? First person to type in, sure, send it to me for free. I'll put it in your bag. Anyone? Because I'm, the reality is, it's not that the brooch is going to break. It's not any of that. It's just that it's thoroughly modern, and it's not what I do. So, Melly, you're going to leave, but you're going to, sorry, Melly, you're going to miss something that I think you would know more about than me. That is, gorgeous. The cross, the Latin cross with a tubular silver bead chain. 15.90 grams. Sterling silver. Starting bid. This is a high priced item. Sorry, guys. And it is probably made in Italy. It doesn't say anything on it. but it's very stylized, and it's really unique, and it's definitely got to be quite old. Here's the clasp, jump ring. Look at this is the first time for me, so that's really cool, where I've ever seen these sterling silver tube beads. So that was cool to learn about that. They don't move. They have stops in between. See, that one was just wonky, not because anything's wrong, but because when stuff sits in a bag, you have to unkink it. And then it goes down. It is a 16-inch chain, maybe 15, to this sterling silver cross. It's very much that style of cross. Oh, no problem. Yeah, you're. I totally understand. Millie, I thought you were giving up on that. Was that the one you showed me? Or a different one? I remember one you were giving up on. So this very much reminds me of making God's eyes, where you take the two sticks and you weave the string around, but in this case it would have been like reeds to hold the two pieces of wood together, just like a very rustic cross. And there is no maker's mark, and I did a good 20 minutes. This would hang on a torque, just barely. I could show you. I did a good 20 minutes of going down a rabbit hole looking for this, and I found crosses stylized and unique and different, but not this. This is solid sterling silver. I could not find this one, not this style. And I only found 3 chains with these tubular sterling silver. Yeah, it was a whole learning curve for me. It's really nice. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, you get a repose cuff. Oh, what happened with the diamond cut piece? That was really cool. There you go. 16 inches. Chain. See, that's why I think 15, really. Not quite 16. And then this cross, I think it's about 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches. So this is taking it down to about 17. But it's almost 16 ounces. 16 grams, which is 1 ounce of sterling. Yeah. It's just, look this up. Look up this type of chain. And here's a screenshot of the cross. It's beautiful. And, I have much respect for the cross. Much respect. I am not a Christian, but I have much respect for the cross and much respect for the words of Jesus. The real words, not the bastardized words that people make fit for, whatever message they want to tell people. I'm not into that. In any religion, let me make that clear. In any religion, it is 2.25 inches long, and 1 3/4 of an inch long. I mean, wide. What the heck am I talking about? Wide. Oh, it got too high. Yeah. Oh, too bad, because that was beautiful, Melly. So there you are. And I think this means this is a sand cast. The way that is on the back. Is that right, Melly? Sand cast, because wax would be smooth. I think there's a sand cast. And these are not little bumps on here. It is smoothed and it's up and then smooth on the sides like that. There is no bump. Yes, Billy. Yes, I am all about have a path and get on it and be a good person. And I don't care if you're a Christian, a Muslim, a Hindu, a Buddhist, an agnostic, whatever. I just go there and then be a good person and spread that message. Yeah, but front smooth. So it's, hand fabricated. Yes. Oh, so you don't think it's cast at all? Wait. Yes, hand fabricated sand cast is what I think you're saying. That's what I think we're saying. Feeding your Xena. Oh, your kitty. Right? Isn't Xena your kitty, Deborah? I need to I started that at 90. This is gorgeous. And I have to say, I could find kind of similar crosses, and they're about 70, and they're just on a regular chain. And then when you get into this tube silver cross chain, yeah. And I can't go down on the price right now. What in the world? I must got my own message that YouTube insists I put out about their advertising for signing up. Oh, she's a puppy. It's a dog. Oh, and she's an only. That's sad. Is she lonely? Or does she love her mommy? And she's okay. Okay, y'all. Yeah. Cuddles to Xena. Okay. Let's I'm gonna bring up a costume. I'm glad I got those pecans. That was good. This is a buy it now. I love these. If you know me, you know that I love them. You know that I love them. Every time I say rondettes, I think of the Rondells. Which I don't even know if I have to know a song from them because I know the group's name, but danged if I know what the song is. Oh, okay, Mally. See you later, honey. So these are super dang cool if you are like me. They are very lightweight. This is lucite. These are probably 1950s with like that clamshell top up there. And these huge rhinestone balls. Prong set. And this is all kinds of blown and swirled and bubbled and fascinating in there. Here is the bottom cap. These, I love plastic. I mean, I just, raviolis. Bye, Melly. Oh, it's all good. the Rivolis. There's the Rondettes. They sang like it might have been like a 1 or 2 hit, and they might have sang with Stevie Wonder. It's like soul music. Someone look it up and tell me what famous song they sang. Certainly not Band of Gold. That's someone else, because they were soul music. So look at that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Not going anywhere. Yep. So these are about 1.25 inches long by now 12. The Rondettes. I swear to God, there's a group from the 60s, 50s, 60s, the Rondettes. Ivy. Thank you for being here, Ivy. Or is it Rondells? No, the Rondells. These are Rondettes. The Rondells. Be my baby. The Rondells. Be my baby. There you go. My first love was, I grew up to the Beatles, rocking and rolling, twisting and shouting, at 3 years old. But then when I started listening to radio, albums, vinyl, I had a whole thing of, On Blueberry Hill, all these like 25 of the greatest hits of the 50s, 60s of that type of music. And I listened to it over and over and over. On Blueberry Hill. Be my baby. My mother could sing. People used to call my house and say, is that, let me get this right, Judy Collins, or they would say Joan Baez on the radio in the background. And I would be like, nope, that's my mom. I come from a North Carolina Appalachian background of instrument players. Mighty fine, very good instrument players and singers. Yeah, my aunt still goes to folk music festivals and, all the time, year round, and participates, plays a guitar, and sings. And her husband played the dobro, which is kind of like an auto harp, but not at all. And he was a genius. Yeah. You're determined to empty the little box? Melly, go for it. Folk music is making a boom. It should. Folk music is where rock and roll came from. And there's so many incredible songs. Think of, oh God, let me bring this up right now. Who is it in my head? I'll figure it out. This is an Art Deco powder box. Very high end. Oh my God, it's right in my or Jews Art Deco powder box. Bob Dylan, but there's someone else in my brain. Anyway, they started the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. Whoops. Boom. Just can't remember the name. Take a minute for the computer to focus. This is actually not black. It is navy blue, very, very dark navy blue with white and silver raised. The white is flat, the silver is raised. So Art Deco, 1930s is the company, and I probably spelled it wrong. It is Bourjois. See? I knew it. You're taking me to the kitchen? Okay, Millie, let's go. Feed me. We all need to go to Millie's house to eat. That is how you spell the name. This would probably sell on the other platform quick. I'd have to start it a little bit higher for the fee, but not much. I mean, this is from the 1930s, so it, it has its things. I'll show you the inside after I measure it. Heidi. Yeah, it probably already smells good. It's 2 inches long and 1.5 inches wide, in essence. Here's the little hinge. There's still powder in it. I'm not kidding. And how is that possible? Here's the mirror. It does have a tiny bit of powder on it, but it is in perfect condition. It has the powder puff, which really, I don't think it's been used. I think it's just been sitting in here for a long time. With the name, it is the exact matching powder puff. Here's the powder. Smells okay. Putting it on my hand, seeing what's happening, if anything. I'm not afraid of old makeup. Oh no, it's been used. I can see right there where it was used. So you can just imagine this in like a lady's little tiny evening bag at the clubs, right? And then this actually will come right out, the powder. And if you could find something this size, you could put in your own brand new. And they make, a palette of a color, a powder, an eyeshadow set. I know with all the different things out there, you could find something that would fit in there. And then you could put your own brand new thing. Gently wash this and then fluff it dry and continue to use it. It's got hinged closure. And then it is dimensional right here and right here. Really nice item, y'all. If you collect little boxes like this, look this up. Take a screenshot and look it up. And when you do that, remember that, I try to sell for less than what things are going for. But sometimes I have to sell right about what they're going for, depending on what, I buy things for, etc. And I have to accommodate for my business time. But I'm pretty sure on this one, I'm about 2/3 of the price. And it's beautiful. 1930s. I didn't even test. I wonder if this is Bakelite. I'm going to keep it out so I can test it before bringing it back one more time. Then I'll go over to Vamp to see if it's Bakelite ice cream. Knock it off. You guys. Ooh. See? You guys should not do this to me. I have ice cream in my freezer, and I never remember because I can't bend over. Heidi, you guys. Now I'm thinking about ice cream. No, that's not good. I started this conversation out by saying I mix protein chickpea covered, protein powdered pretzels and nuts in with a smattering of organically made M&Ms so that I snack healthy at night. And now you're getting me on the ice cream track. You guys, frozen yogurt. There you go, Deborah. Deborah, I could just buy my regular protein yogurts and put them in the freezer. Okay, Bixby tennis and broccoli are on. What? Melly. Mm-mm. You can't test black. Oh, it's navy. It's navy. Yeah. I have 409. I do it with 409 on a Q-tip, super light, and it's navy. Yeah. But thank you. Yeah, black bake light. But what is Bixby tennis, Melly? I'd really like to know that question, or the answer to that question. What the heck is that in talk to text? What are you trying to tell me? That like potatoes or something? My strawberries are almost gone, but I have cherries. I ate a fresh peach from my farm stand this morning. I'm spoiled. This is a starting bid of 22. It is opal light beaded necklace. Penne pasta and broccoli. That could work. This is cheap. At this price, I may be starting it at what I paid a long time ago. That's what I think. Penne pasta. I haven't had pasta for a little while. Yeah, fresh fruit in your garden. I've got the most incredible. Every 5 days, I get like enough for 2 people, a hearty serving of dragon's tooth. They're yellow beans with purple streaks. They're so good. And then I've got 4 kinds of tomatoes growing and lemon cucumbers. Man, oh man. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Baked potatoes. Oh, and then broccoli and cheese. That's the other thing. Stuffed potatoes is really, you just each have. So look at this. Each one of you gets half a potato with a lot of veggies, little bit of cheese, and low-fat yogurt. I don't need sour cream. Look at these. So this is a toggle closure. But these, it's on, hold on. It's on cord, white and blue wrapped. So here's what I know right off the bat. This is definitely opalite glass. It's not AB. Well, hold on. Is it a little bit? The ring lights sometimes really screw me up. No, it doesn't have a coating. It's just because of all the different colors. But so what I know, since this is on cord, is that this is a replaced clasp. The clasp obviously broke. So the colors in here are pinks, green. See the cord? This could be an old Chinese import piece even. I don't know. I can't say that with certainty, but see this? It's a really nice thick cap, and it's got the teeny tiny spacers, even though they did the cord and hand knotting. See the flashes? All different colors, and it's cut like this. So that, and not every single one, there's one, two, three, four opalite beads with the cut. Almost the other ones just look like straight crystal to me. And then there's the caps, and then there's 1, 2, then there's the middle bead with the caps, etc. Okay. Yeah. The spacers are rock crystal or just crystal. I don't know if you see all that color. See when it's back here? You see all the color? I know $22 is like nothing. It's just that I've had this for a long time. This is really more like about a $50 to $60 necklace. And it sits at 16 inches. Love this. And if it doesn't sell, I'm good with that. The cord is a good indicator of how old it is with just a replaced clasp. It's essentially antique. And I will walk it on over to Vamp because I've shown this. I've had this piece for 2 years. Unclear why. It is not AB coated. Let's see, that's the middle bead. Beautiful. That's a beautiful piece. Okay, well, thank you all for not buying it. Sounds crazy. I'm going to bring it over to another platform starting at 40. And it's going over there now. If someone, watches this and claims in the next 48 hours, I will honor that price. Otherwise, it's just going over to Vamp. No, Ivy. Ivy. I just wrote the new starting bid for this. Ivy, you did the thing that people do. It's like a sneak attack. I call it a sneak attack. Thank you, Heidi. Right as I'm about to put something away, someone comes in and they're like, no, never mind. Wait a minute. I'll take that. Thank you, Ivy. Okay, so I talked about that for a while. I know there's a lag. There always is on YouTube, but fair warning. Last call, y'all. It's almost 2 a.m. Need to get going. Call a cab. That was an excellent buy, Ivy. Thank you. Thank you. It's beautiful. I know the toggle, it's been replaced, but wait till you get it and check it out. And it's in the sun. Oof. Ivy. And Ivy, I have your info right here. You know what I haven't done in a while? Good gravy. See, you know what? I just need to take a minute and say, Ivy, I'm pretty positive I have your information. And it actually starts with a C. Mm-hmm. But just in case not, for whatever reason, there's that. But I think I do. And I want to take a minute and say that yes, that's what I thought, Ivy. Thank you. I have literally been waking up and crying for several days. I'm just for whatever reason, there's something happening where I'm just really in this grief mode about my mom and dad and just about, my body and whatever. Doesn't matter. And I have been having a great time with all of you. And I just need to say thank you. Thank you for giving me some time where I'm laughing and joking and having a good time. That's because of all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, Melly. Melly's channel link. All sterling necklaces sale at $8. Oh, it's dropping at 8 o'clock Eastern. So at 5 o'clock, $25 each. Buy 4, get 1 free. Lots of diamonds and hearts galore. Ooh, nice, Melly. And when Melly does a drop, like I did a drop of sterling silver, what was it, like 7? And a couple of weeks ago, I did like 6. Melly drops a lot. And her prices, if it's 25, they're probably worth 45 or 50. Easy. So go check it out. Oh, Ivy, you're okay. Yeah, Ivy, they are. My mom and dad are always alive in my heart. And they built this place. They built the homestead that I live in. They bought this land and they built this. So, it's like let me get rid of that and just put Ivy. It's like I'm surrounded by, they built this, no power. They didn't pour the cement, but they bought a tractor. They had hand tools. I mean, they did all of this, mostly just the two of them, including the roads with a, mini tractor, kind of like bigger than a bobcat though, that they bought themselves. They planted the trees. I mean, they spent 4 years building this, just the two of them in their 40s. So I am surrounded by them at all times. Yep. Thank you again, Ivy. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, this bag goes over here. And I don't know. Let's go to a less expensive item. Just, Yeah, I am. I am. And I feel that. But sometimes it feels too much. Sometimes I just want to forget. What was it called? Something. Oh my God. There's a woman, something fire. Oh God. So I'm not going to say it in the style of, I'm just going to say enamel, and then I'll talk about it. I looked these up. These are old. These are vintage. They're 2 different things happening here. They are post. These could be seen as Egyptian revival or Art Deco. This is enameled with a heavy clear coat, and they're very 3D. Do you see that? So the red is enameled. The gold under here is a metal, and then the bottom is actually a sterling color. And the way that they did that with the clear coat, it's like 3D. And when I was doing the research, the Googler thing wanted to tell me that it was something wrapped in fire by this woman, because the style is so similar, but she's modern, and I just wasn't buying that it's her. Now, and if it was her, no, not at all. Oh my God, Melly. No, I'm going to show those in a minute. No. Oh, geez. No. But these, they're not from the 20s. Now, the other thing with her earrings in particular is that hers are done on sterling. I did not test this, but I do not think that's sterling with enamel and clear coat over it. I could be completely wrong. And you can see the press of the gold on top, the design. You can see it stamped in and, pressed on, and then clear coat. I do not think that's sterling. So I did not test it, but it might be. Millie's in at 15. They are, right? Yeah, these are not the deco. They're very deco, right, Melly? It's just that they're beautiful. They're absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Everything about them, to me, is gorgeous. And they're not that heavy. They're not light, but they're not that heavy. They're not quite shoulder dusters, but I'll tell you, someone would have to come in at 16 to beat Melly. But these are fantabulous. They are 2 inches long. And Melly, do check, just in case that is silver, okay? I don't think it is, but check. Okay, no one wants to come in higher than that. These are really, and other than that woman who's a modern person who does this, I could not find I couldn't find this design at all. And other than the woman who, whatever that thing is, if you take a screenshot, I could not find this particular style anywhere. So, I think they're fantabulous. Last call. Boom. Melly. I love these. I'm so glad you like them. I love these. Now I'm going to show the ones. Thank you so much. Aren't they? And thank you, Heidi, for helping me. They're just, yeah. They're really cool and really unique. And the way they stand up and have like that 3D thing going on. Nice. Very nice. Great price. Congratulations, Melly. Needs to go in your bag. In your bag, but in a bag, and I'm going to put these in a plastic bag because they're long. Into the organza bag. Thank you, Heidi. I enjoy all of your company, and I really enjoy your company, Heidi. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. This is Melly's bag. Nope, that is not Melly's bag. Where'd Melly's bag go? Wait, am I out of my mind? Melly. There's Melly's bag. I'm like, Melly bought those. Melly, when Melly buys, ears and eyes should perk up because Melly has an incredible eye for jewelry. I mean, she's a go-to for me of like, what's this? What's that? Hey, what's going on? Okay, I still haven't gotten any requests to show stuff from my shorts. People seem to be just, the cat's jumping around up there. Hold on one second. People seem to be happy with me just tooling along, so I'm going to keep tooling along. Okay, so now I'm going to do these. And these I've shown once. And then I put them aside to do more research. And I have come to some conclusions. And they as far as my knowledge goes, they're Art Deco. They're not a repop from the 70s or 80s. There is a few changes that have occurred to them, though, and they are sterling, and they are beautiful. Ugh, what do I price them at? $55. Now, I am not an expert. Okay, I haven't said that for a while, and I need to say it more often. I am not an expert. I know a lot, and just enough to be dangerous. But I'm not an expert. So because of that, if I don't know something, I reach out to other people. I, used to look through books. I now use mostly the internet. I draw on my knowledge of touching other things and what the other resellers are showing and saying. And, I go hard on figuring things out. And so I have come to the conclusion that these are definitely Art Deco earrings. And I will take one off at a time and show you. They're a fascinating design. There is a couple things that I find very, okay, so let's get into it. Let's take these off of here. These are very nice if I was doing like a short, or I wanted a background or whatever. They're a good placeholder to remind me to bring it up for sale. But then when I go to show the actual things, it's not so great. So here is this one. Let's just look at this part right now. That is an amethyst. It is a very old cut. It doesn't have much it doesn't have many cuts. It doesn't have a lot of faceting. I always want to say faucet. It doesn't have a lot of faceting. It's a little bit on the sides, but it's pretty simplistic, okay? And then this is a medium purple. This is a medium purple. Now, this earring wire, that is not original. This is a modern, 20 in a bag for $5 earring wire. I believe that this was originally on a post earring, and it either broke off or someone took it off, okay? Then this beautiful sterling silver dangle, the jump ring, it too has been replaced. Why? I have no idea whatsoever, but it is metallic. It has been replaced. Here is the back. It is just silversmithed with an opening so the light shines through the stone. Okay? And it probably wouldn't hurt to clean right there. Now, that said, when you do that and you see that, look how you can see the light coming through. So, in saying that, you see that? It's a straight that. So, therefore, I'm going to presume it's not actually amethyst, but that it's amethyst glass. Yay, Melly. Because if that was actual amethyst, I don't think it would have a straight shining light coming out like that, right? No, I do not think so. Look at that. See that? All right. So that's number one. Yay, Melly. Melly's having yummy food. Now, this is the second one. Same thing, modern ear wire. Replace jump ring. But now, this one is, this is fascinating to me. This is just not there. You see these 3 drops soldered. I mean, these are deco style, right? And so this was deliberately put on here. The lines were done. This is just not there. It didn't fall off. It didn't break off. I mean, I can't imagine in my wildest dreams. There's the slightest bit of roughness, but I can't. It would be very hard to take off a soldered on piece of metal that's that thick. So that's confusing as well. And then this stone or glass is light pink or light purple. It is not dark. So everything about these, and then you see if you go like that, but you go like that, there's the light streaming through. Oh, yeah, Melly, can you do talk to text to make your list? Because good Lord, that's going to be a lot. So this is how they are. They're not a repop. I'm saying Art Deco. These could be much, much older, and they've just been through the ringer, and they're like Victorian. And actually, that wouldn't surprise me. And why the 2 colors of glass is different, I don't know. Why this is not there, I don't know. I don't know these answers. But I think they're probably Victorian. And I considered making pendants out of them. But even with the imperfection, these are at least 100 years old, if not much more than that. And they have to go as a set. You just write the numbers down, 1 through 40. Oh, there you go. Oh, that works, Melly. So yeah, I mean, there's flaws, but I cannot find this style anywhere, which again leads me to believe, I'm going down the thinking hole with y'all, that they're probably Victorian. So this is more at the $55 price. You're investing in history. That's what's happening here. You can absolutely wear them. I would love to see these put back on posts. And they are sterling. I would put them back on post. And you can see, okay, when you look at this, in between here, this is put deliberately. It stops, and then there's the dot, right? In there too. Stops. So yeah, maybe they're just so old that piece fell out. And so, this is pieces that you're walking around with history. Yeah, there you go. Look at right there. See the triangle, and there's the dot. So somehow, I think these are Victorian, and that's what happened. So I will not go less than 55. I mean, I will keep these, and I will wear them, and I will actually I will put them back on posts, and I will actually buy sterling silver and sterling silver jump rings I have, and then I will put them on posts. And I could even see taking them to a jeweler or just a friend. I mean, I have friends who do this kind of work, and having a tiny drop of silver soldered back in that. Yeah, exactly. Replace the dot. Having a jeweler replace the dot. Exactly. Yep. Having a jeweler replace the dot, and then just buying something that's sterling silver with posts that I don't care about what's on the bottom, and putting those on these wires and these onto those posts. Exactly. Okay. So, yes, they're sterling, Melly. Yep. So, yes, Melly. Whoa. Sorry, I put them back on these things that I hate. These are sterling. And this is glass. I figured out it has to be glass because the hole in the back shines through. It just doesn't seem like if they were amethyst, that little hole would be so pronounced. Now, I could be wrong on that as well, Melly. And then the jump ring here has been replaced, and they're on modern wires, and this is gone, but that can be repaired easily. And this one is darker. Yeah, being screwbacks or being, I was thinking on posts. I'm going back to Victorian at this point with these. I think they were on posts. And these are heavy dangles. So this is the ones I was trying to show you yesterday. Hopefully you can see it better now. And then that's a good sign. Oh. So then you think it is amethyst and not glass. See right there. See, sterling. Interesting. So, right. I mean, I see that so often in like the really high quality brooches. You see that all the time in rings. So the light shines through, I didn't know it was called the window. Would be post or right. Exactly. Yes. No, that makes sense. And then the jump ring was replaced and all that. But I think these are Victorian. I don't think they're deco at all. And how they wound up in my hands, God bless. Nobody buys them. I'm gonna repair them. Melly, God dang it, Melly. I'm all ready because I was gonna say to you, I'm gonna get such and such's information and see if I can send them to her to have them like all fixed. And then you bid, Melly. One of those sneak attacks. These are, Melly, I want to know what you find out. I think they're Victorian. Maybe older. God, I love them. Love. Deborah's got some purple hearts up there. We got Melly's, her sale just dropped. So, I'm not even paying attention. Fair warning. Been talking about them a long time. Last call. Someone would have to come in at 60 or higher right now. And yeah. Boom. Melly. Yeah, these are the ones I was trying to show you. And you said they were blurry. And I said, I can't take a better picture. I don't know what to do. And then, yeah. I really think these are special. And I know you have a person who can put that dot back in there and put them back on posts. Put them back on silver posts. Wow. And then sell them back to me. But the two stones are different colors. I mean, one is lighter and one is darker. And so I just thought, well, I don't know. Maybe that was just what the jeweler had to work with, or I don't get it, but whatever. Whatever, they're not mine anymore, but I did have fun with them. Oh, shit. Heidi, you're running to the freezer. I got to have my, I have salmon that I cooked, a leftover piece of salmon, and some of the last of a really good salad that I made. And I'm going to sprinkle almonds and feta cheese on the salad. Then I will have my organic M&Ms with chickpea protein powdered pretzels so that I behave myself. Thank you, Melly. I did say so to Melly, yes. Heidi, what are you running to the freezer and eating? How many thumbs up do I have, y'all? Anyone know? Maybe I can check. Hold on. I want to see if I got enough to do ice cream attack. To do a blah blah blah. The giveaway. That's what I'm trying to say. 18. No, that's not right now. What? 18. I need two more. Two more thumbs up, and I probably won't get it, so I'll probably do it anyway. I'm going to do a giveaway to anyone who's purchased of these precious little, probably 1960s post grape and leaves sterling silver Mexican earrings. 19. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to sell one more item. Then I'm going to do the giveaway. Yep. Or sell. I don't know if I'm going to sell. That would be nice. But I'm going to bring up. Yeah. I have had 105 views. And that's really awesome. I regularly get up to 160 views within, 24 hours. But I don't have that many people lurking or hanging, because there's so many people on and people are just bouncing all around. What are you going to do? It is the way it is. We all have a store. We all have a business. And people are running around, doing what they want. How about another sterling silver charm thingy? Okay, let me ask you. Do you want me to bring up another sterling silver charm? Or do you want like a big chunky faux 1980s necklace? Do you want an old glass necklace? Those are your choices. Someone tell me what you'd like to see. I can wait. I can wait. I gotta make this into a pendant. This is so pretty. But first I've got to email Dandy. Charm. Okay, I got to email Dandy, who sold me that Jasper set, which is still available in pieces or as a set, and ask her if she sent me the other earring, and I don't know where it is. Okay, Deborah says charm. How about this? Which ones do I have it left in here? I'm pretty sure I have a sterling silver charm bracelet somewhere, or it's coming, one or the other. Do we want to see? And these are, by the way, I've never said this, these are Bell charms, which is like this really incredible old vintage company. Is it just Bell? Hold on. It's Arbel, something like that. Chunky plastic, Millie. See, bell charms. So I have a helicopter with moving blades, which is really cool, with the hang tag. The other ones don't have the hang tag, but they're all the same. They're all from the same place, same company. The fancy strutting poodle. Yep. The bus, which I already showed, that opens up with all the peoples. Yeah, Deborah saw it because she's the one who told me about how to do the steeple thing. And then, see, this probably had the R bell on it. And then again, it could have been the jump ring. Although a lot of these old charms would come with a jump ring clasp, so you could take them on and off, your charm bracelets really easily. And then tiny scoops of ice cream. And then this is this beautiful old stein that opens up. How cool is that? So, tell you what we're going to do. Those are the 4 I have, and we're going to do this. And then I'll do a chunky piece of plastic because that's my favorite deal. And then we'll be done. Starting bid of 22. Choice, sterling silver, charms. What kind of ice cream are you opening, Heidi? Strawberry? Heidi, exactly. So I have the bus, double decker, old. This is an old deco bus that has been repolished with little peoples. And you open up the bus, and there's the peoples. This one is the only one that's been polished. But this and the tires, look at the double tires. This is a heavy duty bus. Strawberry, yum. I need to buy more strawberries at my fruit stand. Or this little stein. Very Europe, right? That design. What's on the front? Ooh, there's a flower. What is that? I'm going to do this with the magnifying glass. Fleur de lis. What's happening here? Okay. Let's do this so y'all can see it. So hold on. I got to get. That's like a double vine, but also like a fleur de lis. Look at all those teeny tiny solder drops of silver. That's crazy. There is like a daisy or maybe a sunflower. Look at all that silver work. Man, that's a lot of work for a charm. And then that's different than the other one, I think. And then the top, Heidi, I know. People always start talking about food. The top, okay, my light is blowing this out. Sorry. I'm all in the wrong place here. The top is lined like it's meant to be hammered, but it's raised, goes round and round and round with the little solder drops. But it's all sterling and it opens. Boom, boom. And this is that big. This is that big. I wonder why they polished the bus and none of the rest of it. Not a clue. And this helicopter with the spinning blade is so cool. And look at how old it is. It is a bell charm, but you can tell by the way it's cut out like that. And then the front, the moving parts, it's old. It does not have a moving tail, but it does have the rudder, and it has this nice big bell. And then it's the one with the authenticating bell charms. And then Steins are very Europe, totally. In Zui Zofen. I don't even know. I'm not saying that right at all. What the heck does that mean, Heidi? Does it mean to your health or something? Drink to your health. Cheers. And then here's the fancy butt poodle. He's got palms on his feet, palms around his chest, a palm on his head. And these are hard to deal with because they're tiny. And on his tail. And he is strutting. He's got cheeks. I mean, the whole deal is happening. 1, 2, 3. Ein, zwei, Zofing. I don't know. Ein, zwei. Ein, zwei. Ein, zwei. Ein. I know German. My dad, a little tiny bit of a German. Mein Gott. Mein Gut. Mein Gott. And some swear words. So those were the charms. Okay. Those will come back one day or not. Plastic. Well, plastic. Okay. Let's do this. So it's ein. I wish phonetically you could tell me. Ein, zwei, ZW makes like a S sound. Zwei, S or psi. Z is, I know it's not like Spanish or English. It's something entirely different pronunciation. Okay. This is a buy it now. This is West Germany. And it's just a fun choker, essentially. And I pretty sure I paid more than this, but that's okay. And then I'm going to do the giveaway. West Germany choker. This is a very simplistic. Your grandmother was German? See, my dad, his mom was born to German immigrants, and they were jewelers, and they had a 3-story deal. So downstairs was the store where he bought and repaired watches and some jewelry, and then the middle was where he and his wife lived, and the top floor was where my dad's mom and dad and my dad, who was an only child, lived. And apparently when my father was born, because Germans are stubborn, and his grandfather was, and his mom, my Grammy, oh my Lord, they were having some kind of fight about something. They hadn't spoken in a year. Like, I'm not joking. And so when my father was born, his grandfather, my great-grandfather, would sneak down to hang out with the newborn grandson without ever speaking to his daughter for months. Yes. Well, Melly, this is my last piece, and then I'm doing a giveaway because it's been 3 hours. And like I said, I'm only coming on for an hour tomorrow. So that says Western Germany. So that is the, like 60s, 70s. Nope. not 70s, 50s, 60s, excuse me. And then it is just, this is an extender. And it's about 2.5 inches long. It is acrylic. And then it is just cream with these cream spacers. That's it. It is a cream colored, graduating sizes. Yes, so stubborn. And so my father, he was like, in order to be that I'll say this in a minute. Let me finish showing this. And then it has this beautiful, these are decals covered in a clear coat of these flowers. I think it's beautiful. I wish they had found a way to wrap this differently, but I guess, it shows right like that. So, yes. So my dad, in order to be who he was, I'm telling you that being really, so it's just a choker. See that at 14 inches. And if you didn't have this, it'd be perfect. Absolutely perfect. $8, buy it now. I think high intellect and a certain spectrum of autism, which we all have, just we're all in different places on the spectrum, go hand in hand. And my dad, one of the things that he was honest to a fault. If you lied to him, that's it. You were done. It took forever to get back in his good graces. And stubborn. Woo, stubborn. We worked through a lot of that stuff. But I didn't lie to him. I was always honest. It was his father's, my father's, his son, who made the fatal mistake of tricking our father into something. And so the last year and a half of my father's life, they didn't have a relationship. It was like they had to talk about, they couldn't talk for months. And then when they did talk, it was about safe topics. And so by doing that and tricking him into all this stuff and putting me through hell, which put my father through hell because it was about both of us, it just really stopped them from having father-son ending months relationship. And I can't imagine, I'm sure my father's son is heartbroken about that. But, I don't know, he has to realize that he did it to himself, right? He did it to himself. I don't think he'll ever realize that. He's going to blame it on other people forever, but he did it to himself. And he, took away any form of relationship, which was always tenuous between us. With all of that. Yeah, that was a lot of personal information. So, yeah, had some Spanish roots, Scottish. Yep. Old roots are stubborn. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I could show you. I'll try to remember on Friday to show you one of the first books my father ever wrote. That is, and if I could find the cards, the ESP cards that I have, that would be really cool to show you with the book. I only have the one book. It's like a really rare book now, so it's out of print, or I would be listing that for sale because it's really sought after. Learning to use ESP. Burn bridges, Deborah, I'm telling you. He burned all the bridges. He and his wife, all the bridges. And I just sat back and didn't say a word. I just watched the bridges burn. Well, that's not true. I said what I needed to take care of myself because he was constantly calling APS on me because I lived there and gave up my whole life and my, $2,500 a month job up here in this tiny valley to ensure that my father could live out the last of his life where he'd lived for 50 years with his wife who had died a year before that, who he was just, so whatever, it's all about money. It's all about money, and I didn't give a shit, and I still don't, about the money in any way, shape, or form. I didn't even know how much money they had. I didn't care. I cared about a human being. Yep. Okay, so I am going to pick a... Y'all are not going to get this because you're going to... Well, we'll see. This is an animal, okay? I've written it down. If you've purchased and you have a bag, people are just nuts. And my father's son is all about money. So that was the whole deal. He literally, I'm sorry, I'm going to be done with this, but he literally thought that somehow I was like, I don't know, stealing money, forging my name on checks, getting stuff bought on credit cards. I don't know what. It's like, are you kidding me? Do you even know me? Shoo. So, yes. Keep going. Yeah. Nope. If I need to, I'll give a hint. These are really, they're so tiny, but they're so pretty. No, I was waiting for someone to say bear because of my bear issue. We're doing a giveaway. You're just guessing an animal to get these earrings. If you have nope. So I'll tell you, there's a hint. It's something that is often said in the jewelry world by resellers and collectors. And, chipmunk. That was a good one. I was close. Doug, Raven's Chest, says, and Tanya says it a lot when they get distracted. It's an emoji even. Melly was really close with chipmunk. Deborah, squirrel. Squirrel. I got squirreled. Oh, I squirreled. Squirrel. Yep, and Melly was right behind you. Yep, there you go. Everyone tell Deborah congratulations. Congratulations. I can't even spell. How about congrats? Congrats, Deborah. Winner. I love these earrings too. I started these earrings at 25, then I dropped them to 20, then I dropped them to buy it now for 16, and finally I'm like, whatever. Let's do a giveaway. Hands up. They are now Deborah's sterling silver post back earrings. Thank you. Let me just write it on here. So 0. Deborah. Yeah. Squirrel. Oops, I squirreled. And squirreling away all the jewelry. Good Lord. And these are vintage. They're very cool. Okay. Well, listen, y'all. Thank you. I am going to, unless there's someone in here who, went backwards in time and saw an item that you just can't live without and you want to drop it in the chat and claim it right now. You've been hammied. What does that mean, Heidi? You've been hammied? What? I don't know what that means, but I like hammied. I've probably been hammied in my life. I've definitely been hammered. but not for years and years and years and years, like decades. Every extremely great once in a while, I will go to a winery, or, my daughter and her husband will come, and I'll have, like, I don't even know, 5 sips of wine, and I'm like, whoa, and I think it's psychological or something. Because you can't get, like, sloshed off of 5 sips of wine. I mean, that's ridiculous. And I used to go up to, there's the Russian River here in California. I don't know if y'all know. I mean, it's flooded. It's pretty famous for flooding all the time. And in the atmospheric storm in the mid 90s, that whole area is so bad. So the Russian River, there's all these beautiful little wineries. It's right across from Napa Valley. And so I used to go with my friend, and we'd go wine tasting for more than half the day, and then get a couple bottles and get cheese and crackers and all that good stuff, and go sit on the riverbank of the Russian River and, drink 2 bottles of wine over a period of 4 hours with, like, tons and tons of cheese and crackers. I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. I haven't done that in forever. I can't even imagine. Here you go, Deborah. They're going in your bag. I can't even imagine trying to polish off a bottle of wine with one other person. Good grief. Well, I had some good times, and I had some really bad times growing up in Berkeley in the 70s. Not a good time. Not a good place. Checked out, parents. Okay. So, no one dropped in the chat that they had gone back in time and wanted to purchase such and such an item. But we've got a winner chicken dinner. And I don't feel, Ivy, I'm so glad you came today. You always make me laugh. And I don't feel so sad for the first time in 48 hours. And I'm hoping I can hold that through the night. That would be awesome. I will come on for about an hour tomorrow. And I will bring some true vintage brooches, probably a lot of small, like, brooches and whatnot, but I will bring this tomorrow. This is not, it's got the lightest of AB coating, but it's crystal. I think these are about 10 milliliters. It's hand knotted on silk, and look at the clasp. This was right at the beginning of the 50s. If they weren't, look at the shine. If they weren't AB, I would think that it was rock crystal, because the pools of light on this are off the chart. And it's long. Thank you, Heidi. Whoa, like, I just did that, and all this stuff is flashing in my glasses. This is going to blind people. Oh my gosh. And it's heavy. This is so beautiful. It's not going to be inexpensive, but it's gorgeous. So, okay, y'all. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring some smaller pieces and a couple pieces like that. And yeah. You had to play a serious role in 2019. in like in terms of like a play, are you an actress, Heidi? Or did you just have to put on that kind of attitude? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying, but yeah, I can get real serious and I can get real capital B, like triple B that, you know. But I don't like to go there. And I only go there if I'm really shoved because it's just ugly, you know. So it takes a lot to push me there, but if you push me there, I'm there. Okay. Hugs to everyone. Congrats, winner, chicken dinner. Thank you, Heidi. Melly, I know your sale, you're probably already sold out. Everyone should go check out Melly's drop sale. And I'll be on at 6 o'clock Eastern, like I said, for about an hour. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for supporting me. I appreciate it. And I appreciate more than anything that I feel happy. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, fantastic, Heidi. I'd love to see some of that. Okay. Good night, everyone. Love you. Thank you. Bye.